Listen, I ain't got time for this.
Don't speak to me like
that. Come speak to me, yeah? Right. You've been causing some issues.
No, he ain't.
He hasn't.
I'm talking to him. Okay, I'm
Oi,
you.
calm yourself down. Calm your attitude down. Speak to the public with respect.
Listen, go away.
I'm telling you to calm down.
Go away.
Yeah, I'm DP audit. Respect. I'm carrying on all I want. Speak to the public with respect and integrity like you're meant to. Why is there no police here?
Go and speak to the inspector.
You call through now and tell him to send
No, you don't tell me what to do, pal.
Oh, shut your attitude up as well, you. Wind your neck in. Wind your neck in, yes.
Wind my neck in.
Yeah, you're the police officer. See that? That's a claim and a half. You're getting a claim against you. You little you're losing your job, you little.
Yeah, you think so?
See that, guys?
That's assault.
Witnesses, yeah?
You do nothing wrong.
You assaulted me.
Right.
On camera.
Whoa.
Yo, he's off his head. He can't be a copper.
Whoa.
That's look at that. Look at that. Wind your neck and look how bad he is.
This wasn't a split-second reaction to danger. It was a calculated decision to use force as a tool of control. When his authority was questioned, he didn't respond with professionalism. He chose to assert dominance through intimidation. That's not policing. That's abuse of power. Officers are expected to stay calm and composed when challenged, not lash out because their actions are scrutinized. What makes it even more troubling is that it unfolded in full view of the public, exposing exactly what happens when those in power can't handle accountability.
Nah, I'm in public. Shut your mouth and your attitude up. You're a public of the servant, a servant of the public. There's no, you're breaching the peace.
You ain't straightening. You ain't straightening. And I'm doing nothing wrong.
No, you're not. You speak to him like that's what you're doing. You don't get to speak to public like that. You don't get to speak to people like you're speaking to him. That's not how your role works. You're a police officer of the law, serving the crowd and serving the people. Respect and integrity. Remember your oath and your college of peace in training. You're absolute disgrace. The way you push me over now, you're getting a claim against you. You're getting sued. You should lose your job for that as well.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see, won't we? And you're going to be all over the internet. Do you know how many people are going to see you? You're live now.
Good for you.
Welcome to YouTube, you how about that?
Okay, swear at me once more, I'll lock you up.
Higher threshold. Is there any complainants? Is there any complainants for my swearing? Any complainants? Your officers need to arrest you. You assaulted me. You need to arrest your fellow officer. Section 26, he just pushed me on the ground, threatened me with power for telling to ract himself. Now, arrest your officer now.
The auditor is demanding the officer's arrest under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, which makes it a criminal offense for police officers to abuse their powers or engage in misconduct while on duty. Here, the auditor wasn't assaulted during an arrest or in response to any threat, but simply for challenging unprofessional behavior. The situation draws parallels to the case of Richard Helling, a former South Wales officer convicted under the same section for exploiting vulnerable individuals. Just like in this incident, Helling abused his authority for personal benefit instead of upholding the law. His conviction underscores the seriousness of such misconduct and reinforces the need for true accountability within policing.
You're online on YouTube, you're going on YouTube, you don't do your jobs correctly, you're going to look like idiots. Now he's assaulted, assaulted me, mate.
We need to work out what's gone on.
He's pushed me, he's foot to me like that because he was speaking to him like club and I told him to speak to members of the public respect like you're meant to and professionally, and that is the worst example. He needs to be fired, he's getting sued or we're putting a claim against him. That was outrageous. Arrest him. Arrest him. Do your job that the College of Policing tells you to arrest him.
You need to relax, you need to calm down.
You need to arrest him.
You hear, you need to talk to me, tell me what's going on. So obviously dealing with
he was talking to him and the way he was speaking to him was disgusting. The way you do not speak to members of the public like that. The way he was disgusting. Everything about him was disgusting. He's going to get, do you know how many views he's going to do online now? He'll go viral with the way that was. That was one of the worst situations I've ever seen. I've done this for a year now. You need to arrest him.
Okay, well, we're not going to arrest him. But
you're not going to arrest your colleague when he's just broke the law and assaulted a member of the public.
But you're entitled to make.
What does your College of Policing treat you at the beginning? When you're call your officers. No, you listen to me. He has assaulted me and broke the law.
Listen to you. You're told to make a complaint online.
You're getting sued, mate.
Okay.
Look at him. Look at him.
Lesson.
Look at him.
My personal.
Rather than acknowledging any wrongdoing or responding to the auditor's legal challenge, he shifts into playing the victim, putting his own comfort above the public's right to accountability. Officers are trained to remain composed under pressure, and personal space is never a legitimate excuse for assault, especially when it's the officer himself crossing that line. The idea that discomfort gives a police officer the right to use force is deeply troubling. This wasn't about safety, it was about asserting power when challenged, instead of de-escalating, explaining, or simply walking away. By shoving someone to the ground and then trying to justify it with a flimsy, invented rule, the officer revealed the truth. That wasn't policing. It was misconduct, plain and simple.
Okay.
Right, identify yourself.
7459.
Name, station.
Okay, don't need to give money.
Yes, you do.
No.
Three forms. You've used your powers against me. Three forms of identification.
Don't point at me.
I'll point like I want.
Don't point at me.
No. Three forms of identification. You're going to push me again, are you?
If you can put in my space, yes.
Oh, you're in my space now. What would happen if I
What
pushed
I'm
you?
doing, well, you can try.
Ah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
See this, people?
Yeah.
You're welcome to YouTube.
Have a good day.
What's name and fucking station
Have a
as
good
well?
day, sir.
Name and station. I don't know. On his name and station, he's got to give three forms of identification.
The College of Policing guidelines make it clear. When asked, officers must identify themselves by giving their name, rank, and station, especially in situations involving the use of force. This isn't a matter of courtesy. It's a vital safeguard to protect the public from abuse and to uphold accountability. Yet, after using violence, this officer chose to conceal his identity, undermining trust, transparency, and the very foundations of democratic policing. For the public to pursue justice, they must know who is responsible for their mistreatment. Without that, misconduct goes unchallenged. Refusing to identify himself after such a serious incident isn't just arrogance, it's a calculated attempt to evade accountability. And that makes it utterly
You ain't gonna have a good day when it follows through on you. Welcome to YouTube as well.
Thank you.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at the state of him.
Really?
Yeah, the state here.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Have a good day.
Absolute.
Cheers. Swear at me again, I'll lock you up.
Because you can't use a higher threshold. You can't lock me up for that.
Really?
Yeah, section 5.
Really? You think so? That's it, you can walk him back.
See, he was going to arrest me, guys. Will, sort him out, man. He's horrible, mate.
Right there, how's it going?
Him, he pushed me over there. His attitude stinks. He's threatening to arrest me, power spray me. The opposite of you. He needs to be sacked. He needs to be arrested. He should be arrested by fellow officers under your College of Policing to protect members of the public. He should be arrested for that.
Let's be clear. The auditor had just been assaulted. He was shaken, injured, and understandably outraged. Reacting with strong language in that moment wasn't harassment or disorder. It was a raw, human response to being attacked by someone in authority. For the officer to reply with, "Swear at me again, and I'll lock you up," wasn't just unprofessional. It was abusive. Police are rightly held to a higher standard because of the power they wield. They are expected to remain calm, to de-escalate, and to absorb tension, not to lash out when emotions flare. This isn't about a single bad choice. It's about an officer showing no remorse, no self-awareness, and no grasp of the trust the public places in them. Threatening arrest in response to a victim's pain only compounds the original abuse.
You should have arrested him.
As you know,
You should have arrested him. Wait till you see the footage.
we can't arrest anyone, as you know. As a piece
You
of-
can't know. They should have arrested him.
So what you can do, if you want to make a complaint.
Well, I've never experienced anything like him.
Well, I haven't seen
Ever,
it.
mate.
Let me hear what you said.
Ever. You know I'm sound reviews when it's a sound.
So you know what
I've
I
never
did?
experienced
Let me
that.
say one thing.
He is a dangerous police officer. He should
say
not be in the
one thing
police.
to
You should not be in the police. You are a dangerous police officer. You are a dangerous police officer. You should not be in a front-facing role. You should not be going out the public. You are disgusting. You are a shame.
Stand back.
Shameful. Shameful. You should not be a front-facing officer to the public. You are a danger to the public, my friend. You're the reason people like me exist, because of people like you.
You know that as well as me, this place is covered in cameras. Okay? So, ergo, if you have a complaint, and you're an auditor, you probably feel.
I've got it on film, yeah, I will.
Mr. What can I call you?
Just call me DP.
DP.
Or Paul, call me Paul, call me Paul.
So, if you want to make a complaint, which really you know whatever happened will be covered in cameras, won't it?
Yeah, he cannot be in a role as a police officer, I'm sorry.
What I would suggest.
I'm not having to go, I'm just, that was outrageous.
What I would suggest is, after an incident like that, our adrenaline is high, which can lead to action.
Nah, when you see the footage, there's no excuse for his behaviour then. Initially.
Whatever's happened is happened.
This kind of excuse from the second officer is not only troubling, it's dangerous. Brushing off a clear assault with, "Our adrenaline was high," doesn't just minimize the seriousness of what happened. It attempts to normalize violence and misconduct by those specifically trained to remain calm under pressure. Police officers are not civilians in a street fight. They are professionals entrusted with authority and expected to rise above emotion, not be controlled by it. Saying, "Whatever has happened," is nothing more than an attempt to sweep wrongdoing under the rug and dodge accountability. Imagine if a member of the public pushed an officer and used the same excuse. It would never be tolerated. Yet here, an officer uses it to justify unlawful force against someone exercising their rights. This blatant double standard is exactly what fuels public mistrust.
And nothing's going to get done about it.
Hang on, no.
Nothing's going to get done about it.
So whatever's happened, you would try and just get your adrenaline down, carry on with what you're doing, auditing, whatever, seeing what's going on, videoing,
Yeah.
and then
Where's the police presence,
when
man?
your adrenaline's high, you can react to things that you won't normally react to.
To be honest with that copper then, the reason I snapped at him, because the way he was talking to this fella here was the most, honestly, you know what I'm like, Will. If you sound, I'm sound with you. This was the most outrageous thing I've seen from a police officer in probably my life, Will. And I've been beaten up by yous and everything. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Shameful. And I hope he's reprimanded when you get back to the station. I hope you tell him that he's wrong in what he's doing, and do what your college of police tells you to call your fellow officers out. That's the professionalism you need to do, because of these sort of things. Them coppers is ruining your relations with the public. So you need to tell them.
The auditor hits the
I
mark
hope
by
you do.
exposing one of the deepest flaws in modern policing: the silence of bystanders in uniform. The College of Policing's own code of ethics emphasizes integrity, accountability, and the duty to challenge unprofessional conduct, including calling out fellow officers when they step over the line. Every time misconduct or violence is ignored, the gap between police and public widens, and the credibility of those who do serve with integrity is eroded. The public is always watching, and silence is as damning as complicity. True accountability requires officers to hold each other to the standards they swore to uphold. Without that, the badge loses its weight, and public servant becomes nothing more than a hollow label.
This was the worst attitude I've seen from a police officer
really
in my
surprised.
entire life. And I grew up ghetto and shit.
I'm not saying you're lying, I'm not saying it didn't happen, I'm just saying I'm surprised. And that's
Well,
me being really straight.
You'll
with
still
you,
see
but
the
I'm
footage
surprised.
anyway, and you're going to be in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what I'm like. I was telling him at first he kind of relaxed a little bit, and then I think his ego took back over, and then he had to start.
It's really surprising. But as long as you're all right.
This is honestly
No,
one of the
that's
most
most
shocking
important.
things I've ever witnessed from a police officer, and I grew up in a tough neighborhood. I'm not saying he was blameless, but I was genuinely stunned by what I saw. You'll see the footage yourself, and I think you'll be just as shocked. At first, he seemed to calm down, but then his ego flared back up, and he started acting out again. What matters most...
Tell him all KHNK solicitors will be in contact with him soon.
I didn't hear.
Tell him the solicitors will be in contact with him soon, man. Oh, and I will go to the ISP, all that, right? Go through them methods. I want him removed as his role as a police officer. After that, today, he should not be a police officer. I know he's your friend, Will, but I'm sorry, he shouldn't. It's dangerous. Can't be having danger like that.